What's going on, world? It's your man, Chuck Creekmur, a.k.a. Jigsaw.
You with Devon Jefferson?
We here with Trae Tha Truth. What's up?
Man, I'm cool, and I'm just making my rounds, hollering at the homies. What's up?
Yeah, man. So, it's glad to have you. First of all, thank you for all you've given to the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you.
Your work in the community is, I would say, unparalleled, man. Like,
Elite game.
yeah, definitely. So you have new music coming out.
Yeah.
Talk to us
The
about
new
it.
album, Crowd Control, that come out July 26th. It's a turn up album, just the summer vibes. But the reason I call it Crowd Control, one is, the game is more so in the festival world now, so it's dope stuff there. And crowd control is also the definition of in the form of being a leader, because the slogan is control the crowd, don't let it control you. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Yeah.
So definitely a fun project. Then I'm gonna get back to the more lyrical music of what I know how to do. But
Okay.
that, and then TradeA coming up July 19th through the 22nd. So
Okay.
everybody gonna be in Houston for that, man.
Nice. So, go ahead.
I was just gonna, have you speak a little bit more about TradeA because, I think it's turned into, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is going on almost a decade now, right? Or close
this year
to it.
number 16.
Year
16.
So,
Almost 2 decades.
so almost 2 decades now. Again, so much culture there, and again, just being a major celebration in the city. Just talk to me a little bit about you seeing the growth with that, and even more so how it's connecting you with the next generation of artists coming out of the city.
Oh man, it's so crazy when you go to look back at the trade days, right? If you would ever just go look at the history of it, all of the upcoming artists have been there, and everyone that's been there and left from there have turned out to be some of the biggest artists in the world. So it's kind of like a mandatory thing at this point. Like artists know, like one, that's the big bro, the big homie.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's like you get there and you meet people that you wouldn't necessarily run across, and then when you meet them there with me, it's not in the I'm a superstar world. Everybody
Right.
normal down to earth, so
Yeah.
you getting a different. When you meet people on different occasions, is how y'all relationship can be built and based. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to trying to meet somebody right now when they're doing a million interviews and passing, it ain't the same.
That's a fact.
But everybody coming, man. Everybody with anybody, and people don't understand. With me, I'm not selective. You can be the smallest of the smallest to the biggest of the biggest. Like, I've had people there that don't nobody know who they are and walk right past them all the way to Dave Chappelle ending it
Yeah.
every year. Like it's,
Right.
it's just a good experience and a good vibe, man. And the support is super dope, just for people across the world.
Can you name some names for us, or are we still under wraps? Or
No, I did a flyer this year. Jeremiah Davies, Icewear Bizzo, Skilla Baby, T-Pain, from the UFC, Dustin Poirier, Kevin Holland, of course, a lot out of Houston, from the Rejects to, man, it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Donnell Rollins, like it's so many different walks of life that's there, and then it's a lot of people that's not on the flyer that's gonna be there.
Yeah, okay. Look at that. Now, Houston is one of my favorite towns. All the way back to the earliest of rap a lot. And not for nothing, all hip hop's like when you look at the traffic numbers, Houston is number probably 3. New York's always been number 1. Houston might have been number 2.
I was gonna say around my era of the 06, 07, when
Yeah.
I was real heavy in the blogs. I definitely feel we would have been
Yeah.
number 2, if not number 1, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So what's the status of Houston now? Seeing Cali come together has just energized everybody. Seeing
Well,
that.
first and foremost, I'm gonna say shout out to everybody doing their thing in Houston, man. Too many to name. You have, a lot of people tend to lean towards the names and faces that they know, but they have to understand it's up and coming talent coming,
Yeah.
and then there's some talent that haven't even really been discovered, that actually have the skills and the potential to be some of the biggest artists on earth.
Yeah.
But another dope thing is what people don't realize is Houston probably have some of the biggest artists in the world. You
That's
know
a
what I'm saying?
fact.
Like,
Literally, though.
it's like almost a hidden secret when they go to sitting back and thinking. It's like, man, they from Houston. Oh, and they from Houston too. And it's
We'll
like,
start with Beyonce,
that's
right?
automatically the biggest.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Believe that. Let's go past the music, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the most heartwarming mothers, Felicia Rashad. You know
Absolutely.
How much the
Yeah.
biggest gospel to Yolanda Adams. So,
Right.
yeah,
That's a fact.
Houston is definitely something for
Yeah.
the culture, man.
Absolutely something as far as, and speaking of something as far as culture, you know, again, we was talking about briefly before you got on here, you know, I saw you and Doughboy, y'all shook up. I saw you,
Yes,
you
one
know,
of
shake
those.
up with Josh Levi. You know, what's it like being really, like you said, everybody's big homie?
I think, man, the thing in life, man, a lot of people have egos and they arrogant and they, you know, everybody feel like everybody supposed to know who I am, right? I had a conversation earlier, and people don't really get offended by it, but they be like, when I introduce myself, they be like, why you in? Who don't know who you is? In my mind, I don't think like that. You know, I'm
Right.
still the same. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you know, Trae. You know, like, and for them, it's like, man, they feel like everybody know who I am. And in my mind, I don't mean no offense. I've just always been humble to introduce myself. But I think that the reason why people take to me like that is because I do embrace people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Even though they may see me make some of the moves that people can't usually make, I'm still the same one that sit here, chop it up with you on sides and be the same as always, you know. And I think there's just something that can be valued in when you just look at the impact of things that I've done in the industry as a whole, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's just appreciated by people. But I appreciate them too, you know, just for even rocking with me.
And I gotta ask you, because you've done so much good, positive work. Has that ban been lifted? It still hasn't.
Yeah, 15 years in
Yeah.
October.
15
People don't understand, you
years.
know, that lets you know I'm a real soldier. To be banned worldwide for 15 years,
Right.
you can just not have a radio record and or a record that's jamming in your career can fall
Right.
off. So imagine what I've been fighting against. That was a David versus Goliath moment.
Right.
But I think I outgrew him. You know, and I think that came once I let go.
Yeah. Right.
You know, because just being real, you know, on a spiritual note, when you say you gotta let go and let God, you really have to do that. 'Cause
Yeah.
a lot of times we say we let go and let God, but I still got my hands on the steering wheel trying to
Yeah.
navigate it a little, and that's not really having faith. And I think when I finally like, man, if it, I don't need it. It's just whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I start jumping the levels I never imagined in my life. So yeah, but yeah, it's been fit. And you know the crazy way, the way you know how long it's been is what's up, man? The way you know how long it's been is my son was born the weekend I got banned,
Wow.
and he's
Wow.
about to be 15.
Wow.
That's how I keep track of when it is.
Yeah. That's so. You know, we're all fighting something. Like culturally, all hip hop is like one of the last soldiers in this media game. You know,
That's been
still.
around
Yeah.
originally. Yeah.
Still hip hop owned, still black owned, and we fight a lot of hidden walls and ceilings. What advice would you give someone? And you know, we're fighting against algorithms now as artists in the culture. Some are fighting, some are being helped by it. You know, so you can look at it two ways. What advice would you give somebody who's perhaps going through their own struggles?
One, never give up, because just because it may not seem like it's your time, or it may seem like everything is going down the drain, God can make one move and change that all.
Yeah.
Another thing is adapt to your environment. Adapt to it to where you're not jeopardizing your principles, morals, and what you stand for, but also able to adapt and make it your own way, because that's one thing. If you're from the hood, you're always going to adapt to your environment. So guess what? Coming up, it might have been an era for, I hate to use this example, but I'm saying it could be an era of dope, green. Like it's,
Yeah.
you adapt. It may be this the way to get money. You have to adapt, and maybe this is what people are into, what they ain't closed, culture, music, and you have to adapt.
Yeah.
And I think with the blog, like even with music, the youngsters found the way where they part of the reason where I never would need radio again.
Yeah.
You adapt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So blog wise, you just have to figure out different things, website and blog, find different things that's still true to you, but able to resonate with them too.
Yeah.
You combine the two, it can become powerful because your diehards know you're not jeopardizing and changing, and the news can
Right.
come in and appreciate what you got going.
Yeah.
Real quick, when we on that topic of adapting to environments, I think, that adaptation that you had to the environment when you were on Coles might delete later. Trae Tha Truth to Ibiza. It was amazing. First
Shout
of
out
all,
my brother Cole.
yeah, I want to speak on that as well. Just the relationship before we even really get into,
That's
all
my-
that
it's
that
so
record
crazy.
is.
That's my brother. I literally just talked to him probably maybe 2 hours ago. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cole.
Definitely. I felt that project definitely. I can't say it's slept on, but I feel like a lot more people need to tune in. When we did it, if you hear me in, I say even when we fall off, we don't fall off. That's the segue as he's getting ready for his album to fall off. You know what I'm saying? Everything was calculated with that. Speaking of that, my birthday Wednesday, and on my birthday we're gonna release the Trae Tha Truth and the Ibiza remix.
Okay.
So that's gonna be dope. Make sure y'all check
With
the
who?
video out with me and
J. Cole.
Oh, that's what's up.
It's gonna be.
Happy early
one of the ones.
birthday.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The video out now, y'all can stream that. What's so crazy is when you look at the video, we was young. It was before we even knew we would be where we at or how we are, but super dope. And one thing, man, I know he probably wouldn't want me to say, but I'm gonna clarify. I watch blogs and I watch headlines make it as if he was just trying to get away or duck any type of situation, and that wasn't the case. What people have to realize is that's just not the type of energy bro got. You know what I'm saying? He's more, he focused on him, he focused on his kids, and just always stayed in his lane. So, everybody wanted to see him rumble and not know it. Like, a lot of us came up together. Like, we partners, you know what I'm saying? So, for me being a real brother to him, like you got to respect if somebody like, man, you know what, bro? Like, I know I'm dope. I'm not questioning myself. I just feel like that's just not the energy that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Like you, I don't know what you do for a living, but I can't expect you to come jump in the car with me to go make a move, and that's not necessarily how you may move at the moment. You may go about it your way. You know? And I think just a lot of people, it kind of, for me, it bothered because it's like you have to appreciate when people want to and find peace in their own way. You know what I'm saying? You gotta value that, And even if it wasn't him, it could be a situation somebody feel like, hey, I may not feel like doing a club today. I may feel like kicking it with my kids. That's what my peace of mind is.
Right.
You can't knock them for that. That's because any real man is his own leader. He ain't thinking about what the next person's saying.
No.
And, I just want to make sure I spoke on that, man, because lyrically, he dope. He ain't one you gonna run over.
He's been terrorizing every artist, everybody he gets on a song with.
Yeah, but
for the last 3 years.
I think he's at a place where he's happy and he just loves doing music. And I think respectfully we should let him do that if that's what he want to do. I guarantee you, no matter what they say or how they criticize when the album comes,
It's gonna go down as a moment in history.
Yeah, they're gonna back into that corner like, well, I didn't mean it in this way. As I'm speaking fan wise.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those what they gonna say now moments.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, but the only good thing I believe that can come out of it is the same when I got banned. It brings a different type of fuel and pride within yourself. Like, nah, they got me wrong.
Yeah. Well, I love what he's doing. I just saw him the other day riding his bike in New York City.
Definitely,
The fans are like, he's shaking hands, taking selfies, and that type of piece, you can't, as a celebrity, that's something I can't even.
And another one of my bros that that likes to just be out of light and be cool and would be Andre 3000.
Yeah.
Anyway. I got footage of me and him just literally sitting playing darts. Like this my bro. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like, man, sometimes people have to understand, like, man, let people have their time to be them. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Before we get out of here, we got to talk a little bit about the drip
Mm-hmm.
from head to toe. Let us
I don't
know
I'm
what it
just,
is, man. That
Fashion over sweats,
yeah,
Trey merch. You know, it's always
Yeah.
AB
Yeah.
and everything. The AB and having just your normal.
this is looking
full-
heavy.
That's
and
what's
it's
up.
a different Cuban too.
This is one of the first ever made reverse Cubans, done by Iceman Nick. By far the coldest jeweler coming out of Houston. Iceman Nick is a silent assassin when it comes to that. Any jewelry you see from me that's crazy, you know it's coming from him.
Yeah,
man.
it's
We always
crazy.
doing different stuff, and with TradeA coming up, we might have something new coming in the works. man.
Okay.
Listen, if we out at TradeA, man, I might not be able to pay attention. Them was dancing the whole time.
I
couldn't
know.
even-
This is my day to day. So
That's your
imagine
day-to-day?
what happens for TradeA. Let's get pulled out.
Already.
I gotta
Look at the TV done for me. It's just, it's like he dope, man.
see. I knew what it was gonna be, so that's why I wore these. Right. This is a company, woman-owned, black, and all that. Yin and Kang, but I was like, I'm not wearing no jewelry.
We can't.
You know what I mean? Because I
We'll leave
see,
it to the pros.
I knew,
We'll
I
leave it
did,
to
I
the
knew
pros.
Trey was gonna pull up with something crazy,
Yeah.
and that's your day to day. So
One
there's that.
One last thing I want to get off real quick before we get out of here. We was rapping a little bit off the frame, and I was letting you know, one of them verses for me that I hold dearly is that collab that you did with Wiz Khalifa's that phone numbers, and you was remarking to me, remarking to me about how you felt like that was such a moment. You, him, and Big Sean on that record.
Yeah, and the crazy thing, so Wiz doing a lot of going back to the cabin fevers and stuff like that. So I believe that's something we should recreate. Some people never seen. You know, we actually did a video for it.
What?
Never came out.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a video for it. We shot it in Austin, Texas. I actually have the only footage of the performance with all three of us performing phone numbers when we was younger. Like, it's just a lot of dope stuff. I got a lot of records just sitting over me and Wiz, but
Man, Wiz,
Yeah.
congratulations
So I got over
on the baby girl.
yeah, congratulations.
But
man.
we need the bundle of joy and also the bundle of records.
and shout out Taylor Gang, man.
Shut up.
Yes.
But yeah, I got over 2,000 unreleased records with everybody. you can
What?
think of, so
Trey, what we doing?
I'm just,
You gotta drop them.
man, Ferg been on me heavy. He just, cause we got the record rock out right now.
Yeah.
And he's just like, man, I'm gonna keep harass you and I'm gonna keep picking at you till you just start putting music out.
Flood the market.
Yeah.
That's
got
how
the-
you.
got the fan base, man.
Exactly.
We here.
We here.
We'll figure it out, man.
Yeah.
Come
Hey, I'll leave
on,
it to it.
man.
I'll leave it to
it's
You know what
crazy,
you're
man.
doing.
I'm gonna give you a hidden gem.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I probably have. I think I am the person to have two of DMX's last verses. Like, I got music sitting up with everybody you think of. Just sitting. But I value. It's like I don't. A lot of times with my music, I never throw it out just to get. I don't want nothing to get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got different stuff, man. And people don't understand, like, from a hip hop standpoint. Like, I got an album still sitting up with Mozzie. I got an album sitting up with Conway. I got an album sitting up with Dave East. I got an album still sitting up with me and Thug. Like, I have music that's just.
Bruh, from a hip hop fan point of view,
You know what people tell me, man. They told me all the time. It was only one other person they seen that used to have a work ethic like I did, which was Pop. And
Right.
the younger generation. But when you see and people say, like, they come in and they see how I move, it's like, I don't think, like, your work ethic is some next level. Because, I can do an album in a day if I'm just sitting in there, like, this is what I do.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But,
So let me ask you about the DMX record. Did y'all record it together, or was it sent to you? How did you?
And can I add to that too? Was this when he was, making his pivot towards gospel? Because I know that there was a little bit of a change in.
literally the last records before he passed. So he was already back working on his music. And other
Okay.
things. So, man, Y'all familiar? I got a record called I'm On, where I'll be having 10, 11 artists on there. One of those records he on is there, and there's 16 of us on it.
Okay.
So that's gonna be.
It topped Bring It On.
Huh?
Remember that record, Bring It On, from back in the
So
day?
my I'm On always that was that form of it.
Right, right.
This is part 4.
Okay.
So that, and then we got our personal records. So
Yeah.
it's different stuff, man. Just know it's definitely. I got a lot of stuff up my sleeve, man.
Okay.
We might have to opt for the approach that Ferg is taking, and we're going to be on your head. We'll be sending you some DMs from All Hip Hop.
Shout out this Ty Boogie.
See this, and then he gonna probably send it to me. It's like that's how it be.
All right. Well, can we get well, my bad. Go ahead.
Well, before he even asks, I'm gonna tell you off top. If you don't know, you tuned in to All Hip Hop. You rocking with Trae Tha Truth himself, man. One of the original All Hip Hop heads, man.
Yeah.
Representing Houston, Texas.
Respect. All right, bro. Appreciate you.